السخنة ان انا ارحب بحضراتكم. والنهارده الحقيقة انا بشرف بصحبة عدد كبير من زملائي واخواتي معايا.
Of several of my friends and ministers, Minister of Industry and Trade, International Cooperation, Minister of Electricity and Renewable Energy, the Minister of Investments, also the Governor of Suez, and we are all being hosted by the Suez Canal Economic Zone Authority. Today, I'm very keen every 3 months or so to come to the economic zone at the Suez Canal, always to celebrate the investments and achievements with regards to investments of infrastructure in this area, to really allow this place to become attractive for foreign investors. This is a very critical and important area for the whole world, the Suez Canal. Today we inaugurated 9 different industries, factories, all covering different sectors. I'd just like to mention a few numbers. Now we have 190 factories working in the Sukhna area. We have 150 factories still being built and under construction, and an expectation of 50 to 60 of these factories to be completed by the end of 2026. We are discussing almost hundreds of thousands of job opportunities in this area. Also, we are discussing the industries that were not previously in Egypt, but now we have these industries in Egypt. These factories are not just covering our domestic needs, but also exporting to other countries and giving us foreign currency. Also, we heard today from several people the importance of the export. Over 70% of these factories are exporting to different countries. This would have never happened unless the infrastructure of this area was developed as a result of the political will and political leadership. The Sukhna port has become one of the most important and biggest ports all around the world, and all the other ports as well in Egypt have been developed. Let me talk here about the kinds of industries and factories you saw today. Today, let me start with a few first couple of factories which produce solar panels, and this is very important, of course, and you know Egypt's 2030 vision that we are hoping before 2030 42% of our energy should come from renewable energy sources. To reach this, we had to import a lot of the solar panels from abroad, but today with these factories that we have witnessed today, and we've witnessed their production, as we heard from these factories and their owners, that now the domestic component of these solar panels is now over 50%. Now Egypt has reached a stage where they can assemble solar panels and all the needed parts of solar energy needs, and this is very important. Of course, in light of this, and before we discuss further factories, you witnessed several agreements being signed and memorandums of understanding being signed to establish $1.8 billion solar panel from the SCATA company to develop the batteries for the solar systems and solar panels, and also an agreement with the Ministry of Electricity in this regard. So this is a mega project in this field that the government is going to very soon start implementing, which will add to all the needs for renewable energy sources in Egypt. Once again, I want to confirm you've seen the factory and the development of this factory is something really to be proud of. You're seeing the large investments in Egypt. Also, we saw another group of factories that are in charge of developing products that we used to import before. We've seen Egyptian youth and Egyptian workers that are working in these factories and producing in these factories to fulfill the needs of the domestic market in Egypt. They have great plans and potential, and not just to follow domestic needs, but also to end up exporting these products. Thank God what we're seeing today, all these factories we are witnessing today are really showing what the government has been working toward, and the state has been working towards job creation, foreign exports, as well as these. I'm very keen to be here, and I'm very keen to show you the size of these projects here in Egypt and in the Suez Canal Economic Zone, as well as all around the country. Let me remind you, yesterday we also visited several health complexes. Also, they will all be opened very soon, confirming the government's importance with regards and attention to the health and education and industrial sectors. And this is really our aim. And the whole world can see that Egypt really is developing in these different fields. Health and education are very, very important priorities for the Egyptian government, and I further affirm yesterday what you saw with regards to the hospitals being inaugurated and opened, with the services being provided, as well as the elevation of the financial burden for the Egyptian citizen. And of course this is very important, and this is what we are aiming to do for the citizen, to give them the best health services and to feel really the fruits of the investments and economic development in Egypt as a result of such projects, especially now with the job creation opportunities and the youth that now have job creation opportunities and have a great future ahead of them. Tomorrow, God willing, we will also inaugurate a huge project in renewable energy, another project in Upper Egypt, and once again we are discussing projects, mega projects that Egypt is now embarking upon in order to move to renewable sources of energy. This is part of our strategy as a government to provide Egypt with these renewable energy sources and electricity. Of course, every day we, God willing, will hope to see new projects that will be inaugurated and will assist with the development of the Egyptian economy. As you have seen, this is our aim and our strategy, and God willing, this is the aim, and hopefully with no interference from regional problems. By 2030 we are hoping to have a growth rate of 7.5 to 8%. We have a clear vision in this regard for Egypt in the near future, and we are able, God willing, to achieve these growth rates very soon. Finally, I would like to thank every single one of my colleagues in the ministries and the role that they have played in developing the different projects. As I was just discussing with the head of the Suez Canal Economic Zone, the applications we are seeing for new industries, new factories to be built in Egypt has never been higher than it is today. And today, for us to fulfill and cater for these, we need more investments in infrastructure in order to cater for all these applications by foreign companies. We need over 40 billion Egyptian pounds to invest in infrastructure in order to cater for the global companies, for the hundreds of global companies that are coming to set shop in Egypt. So once again, I would like to thank all my colleagues, all the ministers that have been working day and night to develop the sectors, and of course the private sector. I would like to thank them very much as they have played a great role in working with us and assisting with foreign companies. And of course, God willing, in the near future, we are hoping that this will grow. Once again, I would like to thank the Egyptian youth that I'm very, very proud of and very happy with, that I've seen in every single place I have visited. These are the true pioneers and the future of Egypt. Thank you very much. Wishing you a very good day.
شكرا.